Dad leaned in close, his voice so low only I could hear. "Tell me, that $500,000 I gave you, what did you do with it?" My chest clenched, my fork froze halfway to my mouth. $500,000? What are you talking about? The whole table went dead silent. Then I saw her, my sister's face drained of color, her hand trembling around her glass. The room seemed to slow, spinning around me, and I knew right then it was time. 30 minutes later, the police were at the door. Growing up, my sister and I looked like the perfect duo. She was the golden child, the one who always smiled the brightest in family photos. I used to admire her, trust her without a doubt. But envy cuts deep. Even as kids, I saw it. Whenever Dad praised my grades, her jaw would tighten. When I landed the internship she wanted, she hugged me too long, whispering congratulations in a way that felt more like poison than pride. I told myself I was imagining it, because family's supposed to mean trust, until trust turned into betrayal. It started small, just one number that didn't add up in Dad's trust account, a transfer under my name with details I knew I never touched. At first, I thought the bank messed up, but then came a second transfer, then a third, clean, careful withdrawals, $500,000 gone. I dug deeper. What I found was a maze of shell companies, forged signatures, and fake documents. And right in the middle of it all was her name. Not by mistake, she had made it look like I was the one stealing. My name was on the wire slips, my email linked to the accounts. If anyone looked into it, I'd be the criminal. She hadn't just stolen money, she'd framed me. The night I realized it, something inside me froze solid. I didn't explode, didn't confront her. I observed, I studied, I noticed every phone call she took in private, every file she tried to hide on her laptop, every receipt she ripped too quickly. She thought I was blind, she thought I was gullible, but I stayed quiet because sometimes silence cuts deeper than screaming, and in that silence, I started building her downfall. I copied everything. Emails, bank trails, phone logs. Enough proof to outlast every one of her lies. Then I let her keep digging her own hole. She forged my signature, I let her. She made fake loan agreements in my name, I let them stack. Every move she made, I let her think she was winning, because the higher she climbed, the harder she'd fall. Finally, I gave Dad the slightest nudge, just a casual comment about expenses not adding up, a little shrug about money feeling tight. Just enough to plant suspicion. And I knew exactly where his suspicion would land first, on me. That was the beauty of it. She'd built the whole crime to point at me. But when Dad asked that question at the dinner table, the room turned into my stage. 500,000? I repeated, my voice steady, calm. I never saw a cent. The silence stretched on, thick and unbearable. I looked around the table, uncles, cousins, Dad. Every eye was locked on me, searching for cracks. But I didn't break. I let the weight of their stares slide past me, and that's when I saw her, my sister. Pale, squirming in her chair, the mask slipping. Her lips parted like she wanted to speak, but nothing came out. I didn't accuse her. I didn't point fingers. I just held her gaze, unblinking, until Dad turned too. Slowly, suspicion shifted from me to her. She panicked, fumbling for excuses, muttering about errors, banks, misunderstandings. Her voice wobbled under the pressure. That's when Dad stood up and walked out, phone in hand. Minutes later, sirens filled the air. Blue and red lights flashed through the curtains. 2 officers stepped inside, papers ready. And they didn't say my name, they said hers. I watched her face crumble as they read the charges. Fraud, embezzlement, forgery. She shook her head, tears spilling. No, it's not me, it's him. This is a mistake, please. But mistakes don't come with timestamps, signatures, and transfers in your handwriting. They cuffed her right there in front of everyone, the golden girl dragged away in disgrace. As they led her out, she looked back at me. And for the first time, I let her see the truth in my eyes. Not rage, not gloating, just cold, steady calm. And she understood. I had known all along, I had waited, and I had won. Dad never asked me again. He just poured himself a drink, his hands trembling, his eyes avoiding mine. The silence that followed wasn't empty, it was final. People say revenge eats you alive from the inside, that it makes you hollow. But I don't feel empty, I feel clear. I never had to yell. I never had to fight. I just let her destroy herself, one forged signature at a time. Me. Justice doesn't always come in courtrooms. Sometimes it comes at a family dinner table with one simple question hanging in the air. That night, one truth became crystal clear to me. In every family, someone wears the mask of the lamb and someone sharpens the teeth of the wolf. She thought I was the lamb. She was wrong.